Welcome back to my channel. There's no place like your home, and welcome to my cooking show. You know I'm all about everything home, and I am Lisa Baker. So as I said, I would come back and show you about the ketchup recipe. So before I begin that, I just want to go back to the mayonnaise, and I forgot to show you that from the oil that I used. I got this California extra virgin olive oil, so I used that because you do need an oil, you know, as you saw in the last video, but this is the brand that I used. So just to give you that information, because I told you about everything else. So the ketchup here, I'm just making one little batch because I've never made this before, but I definitely did want to try it. So what I've already gotten together here in my saucepan is 6 ounces of tomato paste, and I got the Great Value Organic. I don't know, you know, you're hearing things that the organic is not so pure as they're saying that it is, but I'll still pay the few extra pennies and get that. It calls for, let's see how much garlic powder. So a half of a tablespoon of garlic powder. So that would be 1.5 teaspoons, because there's 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. So 1.5 teaspoons of this garlic powder. And it called for 4 tablespoons of honey. And this is I mean, I guess all honey is rich and good, but I just used 3. To me, sometimes honey can be a little overwhelming in its taste. So I'm just trying this for the first time myself. So I used 3 tablespoons of the wildflower honey. And then called for a 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar. Now, just a couple things. This brand, the White House, this is an old brand that's been around for a long time. And I know that the Bragg's apple cider vinegar, and again with that mother root, really seemed to be the most popular. But I read something or heard something about how they had changed the recipe. And all I know is I just have a sense that I don't buy Bragg's anymore. I get this White House, and it's about the same price, but that's been a brand that's been around forever as well, just not as well known maybe as the Bragg's. So, and the last thing about putting this ketchup together, then it calls for a half of a cup of water. So I've got my tomato paste, my garlic powder, some vinegar, water, and just a little pinch of salt. And the one ingredient it calls for, and the honey, it also calls for onion powder, which when I went to my spices, I see that I don't have any. So I'm going to make it without it and see how this turns out. But anyway, let me see if I can, yeah, there you go. I have that that all mixed up, and then I'm going to turn my oven on a low temperature, it says, just to get this going. And let me see if I can maneuver this camera around better. That's in the way. Let me see. But anyway, I'm going to take this to the... Welcome to my channel. Take this to the stove top here and just get it simmering. I'll need to put this camera down because I do need both hands to get the pan cleaned up. But we're going to get this simmering, and then it says to just let it cook with a partial lid on it for about 20 minutes. And then this will definitely need to be refrigerated. That's what it called for. So another thing I want to share about how I do things as well in my shopping, that is that I have gotten, because I had to start over again. So I got a lot of my pots and pans, sorry about this, at the thrift store. And one thing I still stand by, gosh, is the stainless steel. So if you are going, looking for pots and pans at the store, at a thrift store, a secondhand store, look for stainless steel. And I'm telling you, a standby and a good quality pan will always be Farberware. So, look for those, not the non-stick, not the, I guess ceramic is good too. You've got to do some research, but you don't want this cookware with these chemicals in them in your food. And definitely not aluminum. Stay away from aluminum cookware, but a good old-fashioned Farberware stainless steel saucepan and all the cookware with it, definitely will foot the bill. So this has a nice consistency here. Definitely does. I want to clean up that pan a little bit better. Hang on. So, not sure what you're doing this New Year's Eve. It's about 10 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time in the Northeast. And we've just had we've had a beautiful snow today, just lovely. So anybody that's watching this in the area, make sure that you are careful and, be safe. Let's get this. I'm sorry, I get very frustrated with not being able to do things properly with the camera. But you see the flame that it's on. It's not a high flame. And I'm going to do a little taste here. Yeah, that definitely, it calls to cook it for about 20 minutes. Cook that down to get a better consistency, and then clearly get those flavors all blended in and broken down, because I really taste the vinegar right now. I think with different experiments, I guess I might change up the proportions just to really get more of a taste that I'm used to, but this will work. So in the meantime, all right, well, I really hope you're having a good New Year's Eve, and wishing you a wonderful 2026, which will be here in about 2 hours for us. And I'll be back. I've got just some different things I'm cooking up here in my little kitchen. So, all right, if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. Leave your comments, share, and I'd like to just, generate a versatile, eclectic audience. I think it would be fun to meet some new young people and, from different places. So, all right, well, I'll see you soon.